last week we did adding a legend to a 0 overall team every year until we won a World Series. Today we are going to be doing a little bit different of a challenge. We still have a 0 overall team, it's still the same roster, but today we will be adding a player from each team. This is before the trade deadline. I didn't have time to make a new roster, so that's why some of these players like Scooble's still here, Casey Mize is still here, Chris Bubik's still here, stuff like that. But yeah, we are going to be doing pretty much the same thing as last time, but this time we're going to be doing it with live series players. So yeah, we still have our trusty handy dandy wheel here that we will be using to decide what team. But my early prediction is that this is going to take, I'm going to say 15 players before we can win a World Series. What is up, guys? This is TheGreatWall, back at it again with another video. Today we're here with another MLB The Show experiment. We are coming towards the end, so if you guys have some ideas for some experiments, drop them down in the comments below right now if you want to see them, because we're running out of time. We've got about 8 left after this one, so yeah, let me see those comments. Let me see what you guys want to see, and maybe we can make it happen. But without further ado, let's sim out this first year and see how we do. Alright, we're at the home run derby. Let's see what we're looking at. Obviously, no one from our team is going to be here. Let's not be silly. We are currently a beautiful 0-96. We'd love to see that. Who is our one singular all-star? Guessing it's a catcher. It's not. Do I even have other positions on here? Do I not have an all-star? Do I not have an all-star? I don't see a single Joe Random here. Oh, I think it's the glitch like last time, where it doesn't actually show the player, but they were an all-star. So, yeah, our team sucks. Let's get to the end of the year and see what team we'll be adding from first. Alright, we finished a beautiful 0-162. I don't think anyone expected anything different. Did we have anyone with a positive WAR at all? Yeah, we had 2 guys with a 0 WAR because they didn't actually play at all this year. And our lowest was a -7.1. Pitching wise, we obviously didn't have a single win. Our highest were 0s from players who didn't play. Our lowest was a -18. That is insane. Alright, let's get this first spin out of the way. Show me something beautiful. Show me like the Yankees or something. Let me get Aaron Judge early. It's going to be the San Diego Padres. Alright, I don't mind the Padres. We'll take a nice little Fernando Tatis. Remove that from the wheel. Alright, let's go add our first player to the team and then get into the next year. Alright, so after thinking about it, I completely forgot that this guy, Mason Miller, does exist. So he is going to be our first player. And I know what you're thinking, Mr. TheGreatWall, why would you pick a closer first? Because down the line, this is going to help us out. There's not many great closers. So when you get an opportunity to take an elite guy like Mason Miller, who, might I add, is a 97 now, not 94. So, yeah. We're going to add the eliteness of Mason Miller as our first player. Unfortunately, he's going to be stuck on this god-awful team, but shitty editor, roll the tape so these people know what he looks like in real life.
Mason Miller, we know that. Swing and a miss. Strikes out Chapman. First out of the 9th inning. As a hitter, just when you think you try to square up a fastball, okay, I'm going to take it the other way. Well, then there's the slider. Look at the front side of Chapman. Just dragging through the strike zone. No chance there. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 2 down in the 9th for Mason Miller. Back-to-back strikeouts. Try squaring that. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. Padres win.
Alright, we're at the home run derby, and boy, do I have some good news for you guys. We have officially gotten our first win of the video, and it comes with a 3-0 win against the Marlins, where Mason Miller, let's see, how many innings did he pitch in this one? He had to have pitched a lot. He pitched 7 straight innings of 0-run baseball. That is absolutely insane. I'm assuming he is our only all-star of this season, because let's be real, I don't think any of these 0 overall players are going to be an all-star. Yeah, and he is here. He has 0 saves, obviously. Yeah, he has 119 innings pitched, though. I think that's the funniest part of this video. We also, Joe Random's hitting 308. 13 at bats. I think that is the funniest part of the videos like these, is watching our closers just be absolutely disgusting and pitching like 200 plus innings. I think it's so funny. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's finish out this year and see who we're adding alongside Mason Miller. Alright, we can't capture any other wins than that one at the beginning of the year. How good was Mason Miller? That's all I want to see. I know our hitters sucked. Wait, we had 2 wins? Oh no, I think the game just glitched out. Yeah, we only had 1 win. I don't know why the game's saying we had 2 pitchers with a win. Negative 15 WAR from that guy. Mason Miller with the 2.1. He pitched almost 200 innings. He threw 199. Where is it? 199.2. He needed 1 more batter for 200. 230 strikeouts. 3.38 ERA for a 2.1 WAR. Absolutely mental stuff. And our worst was a negative 15. All right, who are we going to be adding to give Mason Miller a little help? Give me a good team. Give me a good team right here. Oakland Athletics? No, the Angels? Alright, in this game they have Mike Trout, but they still have all the players that they traded away. So we'll go add someone from the Angels. It'll probably be Mike Trout though. So yeah, see you guys in a second. Alright, you knew we had to go with him. It's going to be Mike Trout. He's on the older side, but since it's only 1 year sim at a time, I think it'll be fine. You guys know who Mike Trout is, and if you don't, shitty editor, roll the tape. Again, is Mike Trout here? He's not. I thought he might have a shot. Hold on, we'll sim. We also have another win. 1-0 against Seattle, where Mason Miller, I guess, just absolutely dominated. Mike Trout was 0 for 4 in this game, which is insane. Mason Miller threw 7 innings of 2-hit baseball. That's crazy. We 2-hit the Mariners out of all teams. Who are our all-stars? I'm assuming Mason Miller, and yeah, I mean, come on, 2.26 ERA, he's insane. No Michael Trout. Okay, that is a little bit unfortunate, but hopefully we can finish off strong, maybe win 2 games this year. That would be sick. Yeah. Alright, we couldn't pull it off. We only get the 1 win. How did our 2 guys do? Mason Miller led the league in strikeouts. Mike Trout led the league in slug. Mike Trout won a Hank Aaron. I was hoping we were going to see what's his name here for the Cy Young, but he's not going to have close to enough wins, unfortunately. Mike Trout, he hit 320. Yeah, his overall did go down a little bit, but I don't mind. He had a 9.5 WAR, which is just disgusting. Let's see, 204 innings out of Mason Miller with a 143.63 ERA. This guy's WAR has to be in the triple digits. Negative triple digits, I mean. Negative 23.1? What are we doing? What are we doing, dude? Oh my, 17.5 whip. He was out there throwing BP. 4.9 out of Mason Miller. What a year from him. Like, that is the one thing that I like about these sims, is seeing how crazy the early guys do. But let's get this wheel spinning. Let's get these guys some help. Give me a good team. Don't give me a bad team. The Red Sox. Garrett Crochet, you are a White Sox once again. One thing I will say, for the White Sox players, they still exist in this universe. They're just all in the Nationals. So when we get the White Sox, I'll just obviously pick someone from the current day White Sox. So yeah, I'm going to go add Garrett Crochet to this team, and we might actually win 2 entire games this year. So yeah, give me 1 second. Alright, you knew we had to add Garrett Crochet. He's back with his original team. Last year, he was like 3rd for the Cy Young. He was very, very good. This year, I think he's been very solid this year, for the most part. But in this game, he is normally very good as well. So, hopefully, this team of 3 absolute GOATs and 23 absolutely nots, hopefully we can go ahead and win 2 games. That's our goal for the year. Win 2 games. Yeah, hopefully Garrett Crochet can get it done. Editor, throw a couple clips on here. Let's see what Garrett Crochet can do.
Left-hander Garrett Crochet, his 2nd start with Boston, 2-2 to Westburg. And struck him out. Back with the cut, and caught him looking, and 1 gone. Cut on and missed. He blew him away. O'Neal down on strikes on the sweeper. They go 1-2-3. And that is strike 3 called. Nearly 96 miles an hour. And Crochet has his 3rd strikeout. 3-2. Runner does not go. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. 1-2. Made a good pitch in there to strike him out on the sinker.
All right. I have some fantastic news for you guys. It wasn't that Mike Trout's in the All-Star or in the Home Run Derby. That wasn't the news. We have won 3 games so far. So we've more than shattered our goal. We beat the Phillies. Mason Miller got a win in that game. We beat the Orioles, where Joe Random gets a win. And we beat the Marlins, because apparently the Marlins are just terrible. At least when I made this roster, they were. So shout out to us. See who our All-Stars are. No Garrett Crochet. That is kind of sad. Mason Miller's here, though. 116 innings, doing his thing. What about Michael Trout? No Mike Trout. It's kind of sad when they're not All-Stars, considering how bad our team is. But it's fine. Let's go ahead, finish out this year, and see if we can maybe get to 5 total wins. That would be kind of crazy. Alright, so we don't get any more wins. We were close a lot of times. We had a couple 2-0 losses, 3-0 losses. But unfortunately couldn't get the 4th or 5th win. I think once we add another hitter, we should be able to. Mike Trout with an 8. Our worst with a negative 6.9. Let's see, how did the guys do? Garrett Crochet was 0-29. I feel bad for him. He didn't have a terrible year. Mason Miller 1-3 with a save. He had a save. Alright, good for him. See what the WAR numbers look like. 4.1 from Crochet, 3.6 from Mason Miller, negative 7.2 from Joe Random. That's a little bit better. It is a little bit better. Let's go add our next player. Who is it going to be? What team are we going to get? We need a big hitter. I would like the Yankees. I would like a good catcher. The Phillies. Okay. Okay, do we take a hitter from the Phillies or do we take a pitcher? That is a decision I will make right about now. So I'll see you guys in 3, 2, 1. Alright, the player we decided to take was Christopher Sanchez. Some was arguing that he was the Cy Young last year, that he should have won it. And I think he definitely had a case. He was very, very good. Unfortunately lost it to Paul Skeens. But today we are going to add him to this team. I could have went with Zach Wheeler, but I'm pretty sure he's one of those pitchers like Jacob deGrom and Chris Sale where they just fall off tremendously in the first season because of how old they are. So we're going to go with Christopher Sanchez, who is amazing. Yeah, shitty editor, roll the tape.
He's a lot better here at home, but he's just been really good the last couple of years for the Phils. Swing and a miss. He got it with a changeup. And one out here in the first inning.
Yeah, throwing 2 or 3 of them early. Nicely.
Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts on changeups. 2 outs.
Yeah, another really good changeup here. 7-mile-an-hour fastball.
And a swing and a miss. He got it. Well, he strikes out the side. However, a double and a single, and the Giants have a run on the board.
He went 4 strikeouts for Sanchez.
So important to throw a goose egg up
like a slider.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Alright, Home Run Derby. The team is actually doing worse than they did last year. I think it's because Mike Trout's not hitting. Actually, I lied. They're not doing worse. They're the exact same. They've won 2 games in the last month, which is crazy. And they also beat the Braves. So it looks like they like winning on this exact spot, which is kind of funny. But let's see who our All-Stars are. Do we have any pitching here? No. Okay. Very interesting. Mason Miller. Okay. I mean, he's not having a bad year. I don't know why he's not up higher. How is Michael Trout doing? Yes, he's an All-Star. That's huge. He's down to an 86, so it's fine, though. It's fine. He's decent enough. Let's finish out this year strong. See if we can get to that elusive 5-win season. Alright, we got 1 extra win, so we're getting closer and closer to that goal of 5. Unfortunately, couldn't get there this time around. Mike Trout had a 6 WAR. Our worst was a negative 7.6. Christopher Sanchez had a decent year. So did Mason Miller, Garrett Crochet, combined for our 4 wins, which we do love to see. 5.3 out of Garrett Crochet, 2.9 from Christopher Sanchez, and a 2.6 for Mason Miller. So decent enough year. Let's go ahead. Let's add our next player. Hopefully we can get a team with a good hitter. Like I said, I would love the Yankees. Give me the Royals. That would be huge. We could use a good Bobby Witt on this team. Pittsburgh Pirates, we're going to go with another pitcher. I mean, we can't pass up on Paul Skeens, the actual Cy Young winner from last year. So we're going to go add Paul Skeens to this team. Hopefully he can come out here and just dominate. Alright, I didn't lie to you this time. I'm not passing up on Paul Skeens. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard. Like, I can't. He's too good in this game. He's too good to not take him. I mean, look at those stats. He has 1 stat under an 80. Like, that's disgusting. That is genuinely disgusting. We now have a lethal 3-man rotation. The problem is we don't have any run support, which is funny because Skeens should be used to that. So maybe he comes out here and gets us our 5th win. Yeah, I mean, if you guys don't know who Paul Skeens is, you've been living under a rock.
Cubs, good luck, Cubbies. Strikes him out with 100 to start his 2nd Major League outing. Struck him out looking with 100 on the inside corner. He struck him out with 100. He has faced 4 Cubs. He has struck out each of them to begin his day.
He stays with the splinker right here.
Got him. Went with a slider. He's made it 6 in a row to start the day.
All right, I've got phenomenal news for you guys. We have officially gotten our 5 wins this year. Beautiful work. We're not going to go to each win, obviously. We still don't have anyone here. Wow. All right. I guess because they don't have wins. I think the game values wins. Wow. No Mason Miller. Does that mean Mike Trout's our only All-Star? It appears that way. All right. Hopefully Michael Trout can carry us to the playoffs somehow, some way. If we win every single game from here on out, we should be able to do it. All right, we finished with 8 wins, so we're almost at double digits, which doesn't sound like a lot, but considering we've only added 5 players, that's a huge kind of mark to get to. Mike Trout had a solid year, hit 290 with 36 home runs, 7.5 out of him, still getting it done. Negative 7.5 is our worst. Yeah, we had 8 total wins. These 3 accounted for 7 of them, so that'll play. Mason Miller got 4 saves, so he's kind of getting back to his real-life ways. 5.9 out of Skeens, Crochet with a 5.3, Christopher Sanchez with a 5.1, Mason Miller with a 1.5, pitching less innings too, which is probably good for his arm. Obviously it doesn't matter because this is a video game, but still. See who we're going to get to add to this lovely team. I need a team with hitters. They keep giving me teams with great pitching. I need a team with hitters. Cincinnati Reds or Seattle Mariners? Seattle Mariners, I'm going to probably take either J-Rod or Cal, Big Dumper. But Brian Wu is definitely also an option, so I have a tough decision to make. Alright, because the roster is a little bit on the older side, we're going to take J-Rod, who is very good. It's between him and Big Dumper. J-Rod's like 4 overalls higher in this roster, so we're going to take him. He's going to bring us some great value. He does everything pretty well, so yeah, him and Mike Trout will play in the outfield. I'm hoping the CPU's smart enough and puts Mike Trout in right field or at DH or something along those lines. They're not stupid and keep him on the bench. Yeah, maybe we get double digits win this year. J-Rod, definitely a great player to add. If you guys don't know who he is, shitty editor, I'm not going to say it again. You know what I want you to do.
2 in the game. There goes Victor. Julio skies this to left field. Lift off Julio! All the way up top, and the Mariners have taken the lead.
At some point, you have to break through. Gets the slider up in the strike zone. We talked about the wind affecting some of these fly balls.
Julio maybe has a chance at this, and he does. He makes the catch.
Adding J-Rod was definitely the correct decision. Let's say Shohei had 45 home runs of the All-Star break. That is disgusting. We're at 12 wins, though, which doesn't sound like a lot, but getting 10 wins in the first half is huge. Christopher Sanchez is here. We do like to see that. None of our center fielders are here. Okay, that's kind of crazy. It is what it is, though. See if Mason Miller's here. I forgot about him. He is also here. He has 10 saves out of our 12 wins, which is very, very good. Finally kind of turning back into a closer. So let's finish out the year. Can we get to 15 wins? That wouldn't be bad. I think we might actually get this done in like 10 to 12 players, which would be absolutely awesome. All right, so we get to 16 wins, which is very solid. We're kind of making progress, which is always beautiful to see. See the WAR numbers: 7.3 out of Mike Trout and a 5.2 out of J-Rod. So it looks like they were both playing in the field, which is good. 6 wins from Sanchez, Skeens with 3, Mason Miller with 2, and Garrett Crochet with 2. 12 saves out of Mr. Mason Miller. We love to see that. 5.9 from Sanchez, Crochet with a 5.2, Skeens with a 5. That's what I need to see. 3 from Mason Miller. He had a 2.02 ERA. That is actually insane. All right. Give me another team with good hitters. Give me like the Nationals. That would work. I'll take a James Wood. What team is it going to be? The Cincinnati Reds? Cincinnati Reds it is. We're going to take Ellie. I mean, that's a We could take Hunter Green, but Ellie is such a beast in this game that I feel like we need to take him. I will go add him to the team, and then I'll show you. Alright, I could have taken Hunter Green, but I don't want to pass up on a chance to get Ellie De La Cruz, who is very good in the sim. So, yeah, we're going to take Ellie. I feel like there's better starters out there, so Ellie De La Cruz, don't disappoint me. Come in here and be an absolute stud. Alright, at the home run derby, the team's in the exact same spot we were last year, which isn't bad. Consistency is always solid. 12 and 84. Do we have any starters? No, we don't. That's kind of rough. That is kind of rough. We also have no starting pitchers here, which is also very rough. Mason Miller's doing a job, 8 saves. 2.04 ERA is disgusting, so good for him. Ellie is here, good for him. He's hitting 290, only 11 home runs, so he needs to get that up. It's also, like I said, older roster, so Ellie's not as high of an overall as he probably is now. I think right now he's like a 91 in real life, so it's okay. Hopefully we can finish out this season strong, get back to another 15-win season. We're getting closer and closer. It's like a quick power creep where we're going to go from like 40 wins. We'll go from like 15 to 30 to 45 to like 75. Like, it's a very quick jump. So, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's finish out this year, see how the team does. All right, we had a phenomenal second half, 21 and 141. We're getting somewhere. That's a great year of growth from the team. J-Rod led the league in triples, which is very nice to see. Unfortunately, Mike Trout's stats are going to start going down, which sucks a lot. 6'4" from Ellie, that's why we add him. Trout with a 5. J-Rod only a 4.6. Need to see him do a little better next year. But we're actually starting to look like a somewhat real baseball team. 12 saves out of Mason Miller, which is just wonderful. 5.4 from Sanchez. Crochet with a 4.7. Skeens with a 4.4. And Mason Miller with a 3.3. Obviously, the more players we add, the less WAR they'll accumulate. The worse their stats will eventually get, which is okay, as long as we start winning more games. The Chicago Cubs. Okay, I'm not entirely sure who we're going to add. Oh, it's going to be Pete, probably. Probably going to be PCA, so let's go add our Cub and go from there. Alright, this is going to sound absolutely insane, but because this is an old roster, Pete's only like an 85, because when I made the roster, he wasn't doing well. So our best option, I think, is to take Alex Bregman, get ourselves a good third baseman who can also play second and short if we need. He's also very good. Also, not someone to scoff at. He's a very good player. So hopefully he can come out here and do a job for us. Yeah, I mean, pretty simple. Unfortunately, like I said, it's the only downside for this being an old roster. Some players aren't as good as they are in real life now, so don't hate me for it. But let's go see if Alex Bregman can help us win 25 games. Alright, home run derby, we're doing a little bit better, which we like to see. Mike Trout's here. We are currently at a beautiful 14 and 82. Like I said, the small improvements are all that really matters. Mason Miller's here, holding it down. He has a sub-1 ERA. What about Bregman? No Alex Bregman, no Ellie De La Cruz, and none of our center fielders, but my God, do we have 18 left fielders out here. It's fine. Let's go ahead. Let's finish off this year strong. Get to 25 wins. Like I said, we're right there. We're right there to becoming an actual baseball team. All right, we got to exactly 25 wins, which we love to see. Garrett Crochet, Paul Skeens both had phenomenal years. Ellie De La Cruz stole a lot of bases. That is, what we like out of Ellie, because that's what he does best, is steal bases. 8.2 from Mike Trout, 6.6 from J-Rod, Bregman with a 5.9. Ooh, Ellie with a 2.5. Okay, so not the greatest year from Ellie, but Bregman had a good year, so I don't feel as bad about adding him. 15 saves out of Mason Miller. Obviously, his ERA was bound to go up. Skeens with a 6.3, Crochet with a 5.7, Sanchez with a 5.3, and Mason Miller with a 2.5. Who is going to be our next player? I think we need like an Aaron Judge or a Ketel Marte. Come on. Who are we going to get? The Yankees! We are going to get that big hitter that we need in Aaron Judge. That is what I need to see. That is what we needed. I'm going to go add Aaron Judge, who needs no introduction. Alright, I mean, this was a very obvious choice. He's not as good this year in the game as he was last year, but my God, is he still an absolute beast. Hopefully he can come out here and do a job. The only thing that's scaring me is that we have 3 players for 2 positions, but I'm assuming they'll just DH one of them. I mean, if you guys don't know who Aaron Judge is, I mean, come on now. Yeah, he's a beast. Alright, we're at the home run derby, and the team has gotten a lot better. Aaron Judge, 45 home runs, is probably part of the reason why. 22 and 74. We're getting closer and closer. Judge and Trout out in the outfield. Skeens is here as well. Mason Miller, we kind of assume. No Bregman, no Ellie De La Cruz, but Mike Trout's out here hitting 296. Aaron Judge hitting 332. And it looks like both of them are starting in the outfield, which is kind of interesting. Why is J-Rod not starting in center? He's much better in the field. No offense to Trout. It is what it is, though. Can we get to 30 wins this year? All right, we absolutely shattered our win goal. We got to 38 wins. We're finally getting close to not being the worst team of all time. Skeens and Aaron Judge hit 71 home runs? 71 home runs! Are we serious right now? Are we serious right now? He hit 71 home runs! He was 3 away from the record. Oh my god, wow. Oh my god, wow. Aaron Judge. And that only gets him an 8.7 WAR. 8.4 from Mike Trout. J-Rod with a 5.8. Bregman with a 5. Ellie with a 2.7. 71 home runs. Mason Miller had 26 saves. He's starting to look like an actual closer. We finally have our first double-digit wins from a pitcher. Skeens with a 5.9. Crochet with a 5.7. Sanchez with a 4.7. And Mason Miller with a 2.4. Judge with 71 home runs. I can't believe that. Alright, let's add our next player. I think we can add a closer if we need. I just want an elite one. That's what I'm saving my players for. Orioles. Diamondbacks, huge. We're gonna get Ketel Marte. That's an obvious choice. Let's go add the GOAT Ketel Marte to this team and hope that we can actually break 40 wins this year. Alright, you knew we were gonna add him. I mean, he's arguably one of the best second basemen, if not the best second baseman in baseball right now. It's gotta be Ketel Marte. We might get to 50 wins this year, genuinely speaking. And I think we're probably, honestly, 3 or 4 players away from making the playoffs for the first time. I think if we get one more starter, one more reliever, and then maybe like a first baseman, or a catcher. I think if we get a catcher and a couple pitchers, we might actually make the playoffs. All right, we're at the home run derby. The team is doing very well. Trout, Judge is obviously, no offense to Judge, he's obviously not breaking 50 home runs again in this video. I think that 71 was an absolute fluke. And it's gonna sound crazy, we're 28 and 68, but at one point we were like 20 and 40, which is not bad at all. We had a couple of good early months. Let's see the All-Stars. We have to have a couple. I'm hoping at least that we have a couple. Mason Miller's down there. Ketel Marte, that's an obvious one. No Bregman. No Ellie. Mike Trout's out in center field. Judge is in right field. Who's actually doing worse than Brandon Nimmo, but that's okay. Let's finish out this year strong. Our goal's 50, but I think more reasonably we're looking at like 40 to 45. So let's go see if we can do it. All right, 47 wins. Very good year. We're finally not the worst team of all time, which is humongous. Judge still managed to finish with 48 home runs. He was so close to proving me wrong. He won the Hank Aaron and the MVP, which is just, I mean, obviously makes sense. Mike Trout had 46 home runs. Wow, okay, that's a pretty good year, I would say. 9 WAR out of Trout. Ellie with a 5.9. There we go. 5.7 from Ketel Marte. 5.5 from Judge. J-Rod with a 4.5. Bregman only a 2.3. Overall, though, not a bad year whatsoever. 33 saves out of Mason Miller. 5 from Garrett Crochet. Skeens with a 4.3. Sanchez with a 3.8. And a 1.8 from Mason Miller. I'm hoping that we can get a team with some good pitching. Like the... what would be a good team for pitching? Detroit Tigers, because guess who is still there in this roster? We're going to go get the 2-time Cy Young winner, potentially in the future 3-time Cy Young winner, Tarek Skubal. I'll be back. Right, you knew we were adding Mr. Scoobs to the team. That is actually the only benefit of this roster so far, is that Scoobs is still with the Tigers, and he's very good. Obviously, 2-time Cy Young winner. He deserves to be really good. Hopefully he can come out here and lead us to 55 wins. I think we are genuinely 2 players away from making the playoffs, and Scoobs is one of them. So, yeah. All right, home run derby. I was hoping we'd be a little bit better, but it's all right. We're still a great team. Ketel Marte's here. Looks like our hitters aren't doing as well as they were last year, which is fine. We're 31-65. The other good like added bonus from this is that as we make our team better, we're making other teams worse, which is a great bonus to this challenge. Garrett Crochet is here. Scoobs is also here. No Mason Miller. Do we have anyone else? Ketel Marte makes so much sense. No Ellie, he hasn't been an all-star in a long time. Trout's here. No Aaron Judge. Okay, that's a little bit interesting. Let's finish off this year. Can we get to that 50 win mark? I think we definitely should be able to. Alright, we come so close. We have 49 wins. We're so close to that 50 mark that we were looking for. Crochet, Judge. I think our hitters, if our hitters were as good as they were last year, I think we'd definitely get 55 to 60 wins, but they weren't, which is fine. 7-2 from Trout and Ketel Marte, 5-2 from Judge, 4-2 from J-Rod, Bregman with a 3-6, and a 2-7 from Ellie, which is 30 saves out of Mason Miller, 6.2 from Crochet, Scoobs with a 5-7, Schemes with a 5-3, Sanchez with a 4-4. That is a just lethal 4-man rotation, and a 0.9 from Mason Miller. Can we get another elite level hitter or pitcher? I would like to steal from one of our divisional teams. Like, I wouldn't mind getting the Cleveland Guardians or the Royals, because getting from those teams that only have 1 or 2 top level players is going to be huge. New York, no, we're getting the Braves. We're taking Acuna. That is just such an easy pick. We're taking Acuna, which will mean our outfield is now full. And like I said, I actually didn't say I can't change positions potential or anything like that. So they're going to have to figure out how to run those 4 outfielders together. I'm really hoping they don't mess it up. Unless we decide to go with a catcher in Drake Baldwin. I will make that decision once I see the players. Alright, this might be viewed as a stupid decision, but we're going to go with Acuna. He's too good not to have on this team. Drake Baldwin, he's good. Don't get me wrong, he's just 6 overalls lower in his defense. I don't think he's good enough at catcher. So hopefully there's still some good catchers out there. So I hope eventually we get one of them. I'm just very interested to see how they run these 4 guys. If they're smart enough, they put like Judge in left and then Mike Trout to DH. But I don't think this game's very smart, so we'll see what they do. We're at the home run derby, and did I tell you or did I not tell you that the power creep, it scales very fast? Judge, Mike Trout, both here. I did check. Mike Trout's actually playing first base, and then they have the other 3 guys in the outfield. But we're 41-55. We're very slowly creeping up on the playoffs. Crochet, Marte, Judge, Trout. Anyone else from our team here? Mason Miller at the bottom with 23 saves. He's looking like an actual closer at this point, which is great. Marte is here doing a good job. Do we have anyone else here? Trout and J-Rod are both here. But yeah, Trout's playing first base, which is funny because he doesn't have that as a secondary, but he seems to be doing fine. And then Judge and Acuna are both here. So all of our outfielders are getting playing time. They're all doing very well. Let's finish out this year strong. Can we get to like a 60-70 win season? I think we definitely should be able to. All right, we had our first non-100 loss season, 69-93. I'm telling you, if we add the right player, we will be a playoff team next year. Crochet, Scoobs, Trout had a great year. Ellie had a great year. See, we had some award winners. Crochet wins a Cy Young. Judge wins a Hank Aaron. We love that for the team. Let's see. 9-5 out of Trout, 8-3 from Judge, 7-7 from Marte. Wow, Trout. I mean, 19 errors at first is kind of crazy. J-Rod with a 7, 5-9 from Ellie, 5-6 from Bregman, 4-5 out of Acuna. All around very good years. 38 saves out of Mason Miller. Let's see. 7-4 from Scoobs, 6-3 from Crochet, 5-4 from Schemes. Sanchez with a 5-2. Mason Miller with a 1-3. Kind of a great year from everyone, so I'm assuming we're going to have a little bit of a down year next year. That's all right. Can we get a good catcher or another great pitcher? Brewers, we're going to get our great catcher. We're going to get William Contreras. I know what you're thinking, why not The Miz? This is an older roster. He's not as good. So, yeah, we're going to go get William Contreras, kind of sort out that last real positional need that we have. All right, we are taking, obviously I said we were doing it. We're taking William Contreras, one of the best catchers in this game, in the sim at least. I could have taken The Miz, but like I said, he's only an 88, so I don't feel too bad about this deal, or this move, or this player that we picked. We still need another starter. We do need another relief pitcher, but I think if the team has if the team has as good of a year as they did last year, we should make the playoffs or at least be very, very close. So let's see if William Contreras is that missing piece. All right, we're at the home run derby, and we are so close. Mike Trout, Aaron Judge, 33 and 30, respectively. We're currently third, 9 games back in the division, which is obviously not bad. Marte, J-Rod, Acuna out there doing their thing. Sanchez is here. Ryan Weathers is here. Joe Ryan, give me the Twins. I'll take a Joe Ryan here. Mason Miller. No William Contreras, which is okay. I kind of had a feeling. Ketel Marte's here. No Bregman, no Ellie. J-Rod is here. Acuna, Judge both here, both having very good years. So hopefully we can hold on strong, maybe sneak into the playoffs. I doubt it, but can we finally get that 75 win season? I think we're right there. I genuinely think we're right there. We're right there. 79 and 83 season. We're almost at the 500 area, which is phenomenal. I mean, come on. We're right there. Sanchez wins a Cy Young. Trout wins another MVP. Almost 60 home runs from him. He's been a very underrated player in this video for us. 9-9 out of him. I guess because he plays first, he can focus on hitting more. 7-8 from J-Rod. Bregman with a 7-3. 6-7 from Marte. 5-8 from Ellie. Acuna with a 5-4. Judge with a 4-8. 4-3 from Contreras. Need him to be a little bit better next time around. Sanchez won 23 games. That is huge. Mason Miller with 46 saves. 7 blown saves. I mean, so he saves a couple more games. We maybe make the playoffs. Sanchez with a 6-5, Scoobs with a 5-9, Skeens with a 5-1, Crochet with a 4-7, and Miller with a 1-1. We need a pitcher. We have a spot for one more hitter, but if I'm going to take a hitter, it's going to be a first baseman to let Trout just DH. Come on. Give me someone with a good starting pitcher. Oh no, Yordan Alvarez, welcome to the team. Welcome to the team, Yordan Alvarez. Oh my god. We should make the playoffs this year. We should 100% make the playoffs. Let me go add Yordan to the team. Unfortunately, the roster does come back to bite us in the ass. Yordan's only a 93 on this roster, where I think in the new one he's like 97. So it is what it is. Hopefully the game's smart enough and puts him at DH. I don't think they will. I don't think the game's that intelligent. But he is an absolute stud regardless. Hopefully he can come in here and make us make the playoffs for the first time. Home run derby. We have officially done it. Aaron Judge, 33 home runs. We are officially above 500. We're 1.5 back on the Royals. We've got a shot. Crochet, Bregman, J-Rod, Judge. Bregman with his first All-Star in this video. Unfortunately, we are losing starting pitching in the All-Star game now, which is okay. Mason Miller. No Contreras, which sucks. No Ketel Marte, but Bregman is here, so that's a plus. Anthony Volpe. What a beast. What a beast. We should have took him instead. Is Yordan Alvarez here? Okay, good. Yeah, he's here. J-Rod is here. Aaron Judge is here. The team is phenomenal. Can we hold on strong? That is the only question, and I hope the answer is yes. We have officially made the postseason at 88 and 74 as a wildcard team. We make it as the 5 seed. Beautiful, beautiful work. We're not going to go through all of that. We had some award winners. Skeens with a Cy Young, Yordan with a Hank Aaron, and Judge with an MVP. Wow. Okay, Judge had to prove me wrong with 52 home runs. Whatever. Let's see. 6-7 from Yordan. Contreras with a 6-2. That's much better. 5-9 from Acuna. 5-8 from Bregman. 5-6 from J-Rod. Judge with a 5-5. Marte with a 4-8. Ellie with a 4-7. And Trout with a 3-6. Let's see. Mason Miller, 37 saves. Needs to be a little better. 6-8 from Scoob. Skeens with a 6-5. Crochet with a 6. Sanchez with a 5. Miller with a 1. We're probably going to get knocked out early here. Oh my gosh, we're moving on. Texas. We lose to Texas. All right, let's see who the next team is. If we get a good pitcher here, I think we call it a day, honestly. If we get a good pitcher, who are we going to get? The San Francisco Giants. I'll take Logan Webb. He's not the greatest, but I will take Logan Webb. That might be enough. That genuinely might be enough to make the World Series next year. So let's go add Logan Webb and see what we can do. All right, the old roster helps us once again. Logan Webb is a 94 in it, so this will definitely play. He was very good last year. This year has taken a step back, but has still been very solid for the most part. So hopefully this rotation can get us to the World Series. I think if not, I think we're literally 1 reliever or 2 relievers away. The lineup's set. We just need a little more pitching, I think. and we should be fine. Alright, we're at the home run derby. We're a little bit better, and that's all that matters. Jordan, Marte, Judge. Beautiful, beautiful lineup, honestly. 52 and 44. We're 1.5 games ahead. Logan Webb, Ketel Marte, J-Rod, Acuna, Jordan, whatever it is. I apologize if I say it wrong. Mason Miller's all the way down at the bottom, which is okay. He's not pitching as much as he probably should be, which is okay. It's okay. Let us see. Do we have anyone else? Ketel we already saw. No Bregman, no Ellie, Jordan. I've heard it both ways. J-Rod and Acuna, as well as Aaron Judge. All right. So the team is doing very well. No Trout, which is A-okay. Let's just finish off strong, make it back to the playoffs. All right, we finished off the exact same as last year, which is good. 88 and 74. Logan Webb had a phenomenal year. Jordan won batting titles. Cy Young goes to Logan Webb. Aaron Judge with a Hank Aaron. Jordan with an MVP and a batting title as well. Just missed out on the Triple Crown, it looks like, in RBIs to J-Rod, which is fine. We don't care here, as long as we are getting wins. 8-6 from Acuna, 8 from Judge. Jordan with a 6-5, 6-3 from Marte, 6 from J-Rod. Trout with a 3-5, Ellie with a 2-7, Contreras with a 2-6. Bregman, I need you to step up for the playoffs. Only a 1-1 is not okay. Miller with 41 saves. Let us see the wars. 6-8 from Webb, who came in and was a beast. 6-5 from Scoob, 6-2 from Crochet, 5 from Skeens, Sanchez with a 4-2, and Mason Miller with a 1-6. Can we do some damage in this postseason? We're going to start off with a nice sweep over the Rangers. Seattle, they just get us. All right, that's fine. I need a team with a good reliever. Give me the Guardians or the I don't. If I get the Dodgers, I'm taking Shohei. That's a given, honestly. Yeah, I think I really just want Cleveland. That's just the team I want. I'm not gonna get Cleveland. We're gonna get the Cardinals. I guess we'll take Matt Swanson. Really nothing too great in St. Louis, so it's okay. Let's go add a player and see if we can make it to the World Series next year. All right, like I said, we're gonna have Matt Swanson. Obviously not the greatest player, but the Cardinals don't have too much, so we'll take a decent relief pitcher to help us out. All right, we have officially reached elite status. Judge has 42 home runs. Jordan with 28. We're disgusting. We have 62 wins at the All-Star break. 5.5 games ahead. Sanchez, Marte, Judge, Trout. Do we have anyone else? Mason Miller should be here. He is towards the bottom. No Contreras. We have not seen Contreras once. Ketel Marte we saw. No Ellie. Jordan's here. Trout, Judge, Acuna. The team's phenomenal. Wow, Jesus, Judge. The team is phenomenal. We're in a great spot. We're going to make it back to the playoffs. Can we finally get this challenge over and done with? I don't think so. I think we need one more reliever, but that's up to the Sim. That is up to the Sim. And just like that, we are a 110 win team. That is insane. I think it was just one of those years where the team just clicks. Sanchez wins a Cy Young, Judge with a Hank Aaron, an MVP, a batting title, and a triple crown for the main man himself, Aaron Judge. We love to see that. 8-6 WAR from him, or from Ketel Marte, 8-3 from Judge, 7-3 from Trout, 7-2 from Acuna, 5-6 from J-Rod, 5-5 from Contreras. He hasn't been elite, but he's been very, very good, which we like. Jordan with a 5-3, 3-5 from Ellie, 2-7 from Bregman. Not bad. We had 220 winners, which is great. 49 saves out of Mason Miller. We love that. 7-1 from Sanchez, Scoobs with a 5-2, 4-9 from Skeens, Crochet with a 4-8, 4-3 from Webb, Swanson with a 1-2, and Mason Miller with a 8.6. Not the greatest, but that's okay. We do get a bye. Kansas City. They're going to smack the dog shit out of us. All right. All right. Like I said, we're one good relief pitcher. Give me the Guardians, and I think we're set. Not the Rockies. Okay, the White Sox, unfortunately, don't have any good relief pitchers, but that's okay. That is okay. So we'll go ahead and we'll throw a player from the White Sox on here. Whoever their best relief pitcher is, honestly. Alright, we did add Sir Anthony Dominguez. He was technically still on this White Sox roster when I made this roster. Yeah, I think because of the spin, we're going to need another player. But we'll see. I mean, this could be enough. Like I said, we just really need relief pitching help. So yeah, we'll go ahead, we'll sim out this year, we'll get back to the playoffs. We're not even going to stop the All-Star game this time around, we're just going to go straight to the playoffs. yeah, I'll see you guys there. All right, not as good this year, but we still won a good 105. Obviously, because I don't think Judge was Triple Crown good this year. Crochet with the Cy Young, Jordan with the Hank Aaron, an MVP, a batting title, and a Triple Crown. Okay, so Jordan was our Triple Crown winner this year. That's awesome. Let's see the WAR numbers. 7-6 from Contreras. Okay, 7 from J-Rod, 7 from Jordan as well. 6-6 from Judge, 6-1 from Bregman, 5-8 from Marte. Acuna with a 5-6, Trout with a 5-2, 3-7 from Ellie. So the hitters were great. 51 saves out of Mason Miller, who had a good bounce back year. 7 from Scoob, 6-2 from Skeens, 5-1 from Crochet. Sanchez with a 3, Mason Miller with a 1-5. Ooh, Logan Webb with a 1-3. Oh, Svanson and Sir Anthony Dominguez both were terrible. That's all right. Hopefully they can turn it on for the playoffs. Detroit, we're going to slap them around. Yankees. All right, we get to our World Series. Phillies. Are they going to give us problems? They do not. We win the World Series. That was honestly probably quicker than the Legends one. Judge wins World Series MVP. Contreras wins playoff MVP. Let's see, how many players did it take? Because I'm pretty sure the Legends one took longer. I feel like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, never mind. So they took about just as long. I think what made this one a little bit, I don't want to say easier, but made this one go, feel like shorter, was the fact that we were stealing from other teams and made them worse. But we do get it done. It took 17 players. Probably could have made some better decisions and maybe made it take like 16, 15, who knows. But I think we made the right decisions. That being said, that is going to be it for this one. Thank you guys as always for watching. Stay tuned for the next one, and peace.